Welcome back. So you have worked with your mentee to help them create their goals. You have used the SMART framework, and you've taken down them down a pathway by which they can recognize how their goals are being met or not being met. Reviewing goals is super important and needs to be done at a regular time frame network because your mentees need to develop the skill of how they can evaluate themselves as they go along and track their progress. So this is a really important part of the mentoring relationship. Make sure you take time, whether it is once a month or maybe every 6 months, certainly more frequently than a year because you're going to be in the program at a minimum of a year, but we don't know if you're going to continue in your mentoring relationship. But you want to allow for the time to build the skill of self-efficacy for how to review goals and to either eliminate goals, edit goals, or create new goals. So this takes some time. Remember that we use the SMART framework to create the goals. We can use the same framework to review goals. So just a reminder, we talk about specificity, measurability, attainability, relevance, and the time frame, or whether it's time bound. As you are reviewing the goals, you should review the goal themselves, but also review these different aspects of the goals. The frequency by which you enter into this discussion will ultimately evolve as you get to know your mentee. They have different needs. They may or may not want to review the goals on a highly frequent basis, or they might want to do that. You want to be able to provide the best experience for them in order for them to learn the skill of self-efficacy. In general, when I meet with my mentees, I ask them what they've accomplished since the last time we met. And then at the end, I ask them that in the beginning. And at the end, I ask them what they would like to accomplish before the next time that we meet. That is one way of doing it. You can also set up a specific mentoring day time by which all you're going to do is review the goals that have been set and find out how they are accomplishing those goals. And remember, when you set up this pathway in the beginning, you probably had very specific, tangible things that the mentee was going to do in order to accomplish that goal. So make sure you go over those specifics. Very important. Annual goals are also very important, and they should be very big. Most of us go through an annual review. We recognize that in MedWork, you are probably only going to be meeting with your mentor for a year, but you never know. That relationship may continue. So I would still create those goals that are longer than a year, and then review that at the end of the year, and then decide if your mentoring relationship, as far as goal setting and goal reviewing, should continue from there. And that is a conversation that we can have when we get to that point. But ultimately, the goal setting and the goal reviewing process is very organic, but it is very measurable. So, and just in the same framework as the SMART goals themselves. All right, have fun with this one because I think this is one of the more fun things about being a mentor.